Signing the offer letter marks the end of your job search, but the actual evaluation begins the moment you step into the building. Surviving the transition period is the first real test of your new role. To navigate these first 3 months, you need a precise 90-day action plan that moves you from being an outsider to a specialist the team trusts. This plan assumes you have a formal offer in hand and are ready to approach the company with the objective mindset of an outside consultant. Most new hires feel an immediate pressure to prove they are smart. They walk in on day one and start auditing every process, pointing out everything they think is broken before they even understand why it's there. When you lead with criticism, you aren't acting as a fixer, you're being a nuisance. At this stage, you have no political capital, which means you haven't earned the right to suggest changes yet. You have to earn that capital systematically. It requires a phased approach that prioritizes observation over immediate overhaul. Phase 1 covers your first 30 days. This is your listen and learn tour, where your only job is to gather data. Schedule brief meetings with the colleagues your role impacts most. These should be one-on-one sessions focused on their experience within the department. During these conversations, resist the urge to offer solutions. Your goal is to listen to their frustrations without intervening. To find the real operational flaws, ask every colleague this specific question. What is one thing that, if fixed, would make your job 10% easier? These answers are your diagnostic data. They show exactly where systems fail on the ground level, rather than where management thinks the problems are. By the end of your first month, you have moved past outsider assumptions. You now have a map of the actual pain points your department faces. In Phase 2, shift from data collection to targeted action. Using your notes, identify a quick win, a small, highly annoying, and easily solvable problem. Look for low-hanging fruit, a spreadsheet that always crashes, or a bloated weekly meeting everyone dreads. Consider the case of Alex, a head of sales who joined a struggling department. His first instinct was to overhaul the entire team and replace the staff. Instead, he shadowed his team and realized the problem wasn't their work ethic. They were being slowed down by an outdated lead tracking system that required 2 hours of manual entry every night. Alex didn't replace the system immediately. He wrote a simple script to automate that specific data entry task, giving the team 10 extra hours a week to focus on selling. Solving a visible problem early builds the trust you need from your peers. This small win generates the political capital required to move into the final phase. You are now in the final 30 days of your transition. Because you have demonstrated value with a small win, you can now safely propose large-scale structural changes or departmental shifts. If you had pitched these same ideas on day one, they likely would have been rejected. Now, those proposals are met with openness because you have proven you understand the team's needs. The team is more likely to accept these changes because you are leading with relief. You aren't just an authority figure, you are someone who has already made their jobs easier. Since the team has already seen measurable benefits from your previous fix, the friction typically associated with new structural changes is significantly reduced. The 90-day transition period is complete. You have moved through the phases of listening, securing a win, and pitching a structural improvement. You have moved past the new hire label. By solving real problems, you have established yourself as a reliable peer within the department. This problem-solving approach is a framework you can maintain for the next several years in your role. The job search is over, but building your professional reputation is a continuous process that creates a long-term legacy of impact. To see the deeper architecture behind this framework and learn more about our mission, click the link on screen to visit our About Us page.